Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Value Golf, and welcome to What's Your Problem? This is what we're going to do on Wednesdays. All your concerns, your questions, your problems that you sent us by email, by text, by just comments on the channel, we're going to address that. Me and Matt will address them. You'll get uh, two two sets of eyes, two brains answering your questions, and I'm sure you'll find something interesting or even find the answer that you're looking for. But it all depends on you guys, okay? This is what your problem are, okay? If you have any, leave some comments down below. I think by now you know how to get hold of me. 985 634 8625. That's the phone number. gswalters53 at yahoo.com. That's my email. Contact me with your concerns, your problems, and we will address this. We're going to start this one off by combining two requests. One was from Oshman Olson. I hope I got that right. He wanted to see something about the grip. And the other one comes from Lenny Bevins. He's from Oregon. He had a little concern about the hinging and the cocking. Can you explain that and maybe clear up some questions with the other lockers? No problem. So we're going to combine those two today. All right, the grip. Okay. Now I use what they call a split finger grip, baseball grip, or whatever you want to call it. And what it is right here. Yeah, you can see that. Now I've got the Jumbo Max grips. They fit my hand very well. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here, but it fits my hand right there in the palm. I take my thumb on top. That's how I approach the ball. Then I come on top with my left hand with also the thumb. This pad laying on top of that thumb, and that thumb down the center of the club. My thumbs are not on the sides. Thumbs down and channel lock. Thumbs down. We keep the face of the club looking at the ball, and that helps it out, makes it so much easier than trying to do this. This is a sweeping action with channel lock. I do not like divots. I know that's what's been taught for years and years and years. You got to hit down, compress the ball, yada, yada, yada. I don't like it. I like to sweep the ball, disturb the grass as much as I can. Okay, so Mr. Olson, I use the 8-finger grip or split hand grip, whatever you want to call it. Now you can use overlapping or interlocking or varning, whatever works for you. Comfort, confidence, contact. I believe in it. And another reason I have this grip is balance. If you lose your sternum, this is the center of your balance. If you're over the ball, everything in my eyes should be balanced. Your body and the hands should be balanced also. I have a neutral grip. My V's, I want them to go to the center of my balance. My hands have to be balanced along with my body. I don't like strong and weak grips. I think channel lock works a whole lot better with a neutral grip and a sweeping motion. Okay, Allsman, I hope I said that right. Allsman, I hope that answers your question on the grip. Now, Matt's going to tell you a little bit more about his grip, so let's hear what you got to say, Matt.
Hey guys, we're going to talk about the grip today, okay? And what I'd like to show you is how I grip the golf club. It's not particularly mandatory that you grip it the way I do for channel lock. There's been players that have had all kinds of success gripping the club differently. The things that I don't like to see though is if you take a grip and you, with your lead hand for a right-hander, you turn it all the way to the side like this, you have extremely weak grip, you're going to struggle with channel lock. Same thing with the right hand turned all the way to the side. I think that could possibly cause you some issues. So I'm going to lower the camera a little bit and we'll get a little close up here if we can. First of all, when I take my grip, I'll have a neutral club face, okay? Then I take my grip. That is a standard channel lock golf swing right there. just a grip like that. Now, if I'm going to hit say a fade, or I want to open the face in my short game, I'll open the club and then take my grip. Okay. Same way if you're going to try to hit a big hook or something around a tree, you might toe the face in a little bit, then take your grip. Okay. You never want to take a neutral grip and turn it into a open face or a closed face like that. Okay. Because if you do that, you're rolling your forearms in some kind of way, and then it's going to cause you some issues. So always set the face of the club and then take the grip. Okay. All right. It basically rests right there in my fingertips. It's hard to show you from that. And I just kind of wrap it around like that. If you can see it, it rests a little bit on that pad right there. And notice how my fingertips, those fingers right there are touching, those two fingers touch that pad right there. That's what I like to see with my grip. I don't want a big space in there, okay? So I have the medium-sized grip, and this fits me perfectly. If I've got them too big, I might have too big of a space in there, and that can cause some issues. Same thing if they're too small, these fingers will overlap too far, and you're not going to have good control over the club face. But if you notice, there's a little bit of a V right there. I have a little bit of cup. I can see a couple knuckles right there, and that's coming right towards my nipple right there. I'll take my right hand and work it from underneath. Okay, I don't want to work it over the top like that, because that raises your right shoulder, and that can promote you coming over the top. So I just kind of work it in right there. And these two fingers go right there. It's just right in the grooves right there. It's just fitting right in that groove perfectly. And these two fingers rest there, and my pinky goes right over the top of my trigger finger on my left hand. Okay. Now you can interlock, which is perfectly fine. You can have a split grip. It's perfectly fine. Although I don't like to see a big space in there when you do that. I think that'll cause you some issues. Mine feels really comfortable like that. I just rest it over the top. That's a little bit unique to what I do. And now some people have, on their right hand, on the trail side, they have, some people use that finger as a lever, okay, in their swing. I really don't use it that much. Matter of fact, if you see me in my backswing, sometimes that finger will do that. You'll see it move every now and then. And I've seen this with a lot of other tour players that do that. I've seen it with Brad Snedeker and several other guys. You'll see their finger kind of move. And so mine just kind of rests on there. Okay. Now, on the right hand, if you see right there, that just works back towards the same place right there. Okay, so it's not really a neutral grip, but it's not a super strong grip either. It's somewhere in between, and that works for me. So it's totally up to you to figure out what will work well for you. And it's just through experimentation, and I've tried different things, and this is what works well for me. I feel like I have a little bit better control over the club face. I feel like I can be strong with this. Now, as far as grip pressure, that's always a controversial thing. There could be wide parameters with how much tension you put on that golf club with your hands. So that's up to you. But what I would recommend is you need it tight enough where you can't pull the club out, okay, where you have control over that golf club. And you don't want it so tight that you're squeezing the grip, because as soon as you squeeze that grip, feel what it does to your forearms. It runs up your forearms, shoulders, back, neck. You create undesired tension in your golf swing. So I like having everything loose, and so I pretty much grip it tight enough where you can't pull that golf club out of my hands. And that seems to give me a really good feeling where I can feel the club head. I'm a player that likes to feel the weight of the club head, and that works well for me. So you got to find your own your own grip and your own grip pressure, that's an individual thing that comes down to feel and touch and things like that. That's just something that you have to develop. But as long as you know the parameters, you'll be fine. So hope that helped. You have any questions, feel free to let me know.
All right, thank you, Matt. He really went into some good detail on his grip. And now we're going to address the concern by Larry, Larry, about the hinge. Okay, what is the hinging? Okay, the hinging is nothing more than your hands doing this. Or what I like to say, two doors opening and closing, or even a couple of fishes swimming down the river, okay? We do not roll, we do not pick up, we hinge to the top and unhinge to the bottom. Thumbs down, hinge to the top, thumbs up, hinge to the bottom. That's all there is to it. You start in this position and you come back in this position. When you start cocking and well, Larry wanted to know about cocking. Well, here's cocking right here, Larry. Here's cocking. And here is hinging. Here is hinging. Hinging, folks, it takes, when you cock, you adding more angles. Now you got to get that angle out. You're going to come down steeper and you're going to create that divot I do not like. Sweep it, keep it clean, off the deck, and the power, you're going to find your power. Don't worry about that. Hitting down, I don't like it. I like to say I have a forward upswing. Not a downswing, but a forward upswing. Okay? So there it is, Larry. Hinging, cocking. Okay, I'm keeping this short and sweet because I know Mr. Matt is probably going to have something to say about this. So, Matt, take it away.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about how the wrists work in the channel lock golf swing. What we like to see when we teach channel lock. I know there's a lot of different ways of doing this. I know there's people that cock their wrist, there's people that hinge their wrist, there's people that kind of have a combination of both in their golf swing. And there have been players that have played all three ways and done really great. But the reason why I think hinging of the wrist, a motion like more like this, in that fashion works really well because it'll prevent you from, with the rear ball position, it'll prevent you from hitting really deep divots. And if you're one of those guys that are chunking the ball, you're hitting it fat, you get in soft conditions, you get intimidated because you're afraid of chunking it. Or if you get on really firm turf, you start sculling the ball. I think this will help you if you learn how to hinge the golf club. So, all right, so another reason why we hinge the golf club, assuming you have a really good grip like we talked about and you're comfortable with it. From there, all you gotta do is thumbs down. Ulnar deviation in both hands. I'll put the club right there. If you take both hands, they just go thumbs down, okay? Now, what does this do? All right, first of all, at impact, you're gonna be in that position. You're not gonna be like this at impact. With that look, you see a lot of people set up. I have a short club, so it's off the ground, but you never see anybody at impact in that position. They're more closer to that right there. The second reason, we want to keep this club head down on the ground in the backswing. We want pressure down with our thumbs, and we want to drag it. I don't know if you can see right here. I'm gonna have to lower the camera where you can see this. Sorry, I keep moving the camera, but I have to do it. All right, keeps it low in your backswing. See that? All the way back in the channel. Plus it keeps that club face looking at the ball. We don't want any of this lifting. And that would be if you took your grip and you just turn and lift like that, you're gonna be lifting if the thumbs go up right off the bat. Thumbs down with channel lock. The wrist just hinges, okay? And it just goes there and it sits. Now, I'm gonna raise it just a little bit higher, get a close up. All right, start again on the takeaway. Thumbs are down, flips up. Look where that club's at. Elbows are nice and close. I've got a nice flat wrist right there. The right hand is like this, okay? It's not like that, it's like that. Everything just hinged, okay? The only time the thumbs really go up is at the end of your swing. At the very top of it, they'll be pointing up, okay? As long as they don't go up till you're up at the top, you're great. You're in good shape, okay? So that's something to kind of look for. Now, let me show you from the top. I'm gonna take it to the top and I'm gonna show you how it works on the way down, okay? Get in my stance, take it, it just flips up there. Now, look how easy that move is. All I did was just take it and flip my hands up there. I had the width of the swing. When it gets so far, it's gotta go up. So from there, that's the point where your thumbs start going up, right there. See that? Nice flat wrist, okay? I know there's players that have bowed wrist, there's players that have cup wrist. I like mine flat, okay? Pretty flat. That's where I've had my most success with ball striking, and that seems to work really well for me. You know, I don't have to do any kind of manipulations of my golf swing. It's keeps it really simple. So we're at the top. Now we're talking about the downswing. All you're doing from there is just returning it, okay? It just returns. Right back to impact with thumbs down. It is that simple, okay? No more complicated than that right there. That is extremely simple motion. There's no reason to make it complicated. And I think with golf instruction, we get a lot of things that can be complicated. A lot of complicated maneuvers to do with your hands and stuff like that. And channel lock is not about that. It's about building yourself a simplistic, repeatable golf swing with simple motions that can be repeated over and over. And that's what I've done with my golf swing, and I hope you guys out there are learning or trying to do the same thing. Because you start playing and you build your swing where it's simplistic and repeatable, you're going to have benefits out there on the golf course. You're going to be able to take it to the course, repeat it over and over, and your scores are going to get better, and you're going to have a better time playing, and you're going to enjoy golf a lot more if you do that. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and y'all have a great day.
Okay, thanks a lot, Matt. Very in-depth detail. Good information, good information. Okay, folks, that's the first one. What's your problem? We hope we fixed some of those problems with those two questions. Great questions. Like I said, this all depends on you guys. Keep the questions, keep the concerns, keep your thoughts coming, and we will address them. All right, we got some rain coming. I want to be in my yard working on my game, so I'm just going to say, I'll see you later.